What's up guys, Do You Feel Lucky here, bringing you another video on Digimon Cyber Sleuth. This video is going to be a follow-up to my previous video on how to be competitive when battling online, which I will definitely link down below if you have not seen it before, because it's definitely something you're going to want to check out if you want to be competitive and actually battle online. Now this video is going to be about prepping your team to jump online. So basically, what Digimon you should bring, how many you should bring, the types of Digimon you should bring, the moves you should be using, the items you should be putting on your Digimon, and what Digimon should be in your starting 3. Okay, first off is the number of Digimon. Online, there's a party limit of 150. So you can only bring the amount of 150. So basically each Digimon has a memory, a number attached to it. So like Beelzemon is 25. 25, from what I can tell, is the max that is going to be on a Digimon. So most of the time you're probably going to be bringing mega level Digimon to really go and hit hard. So from what I can tell, most of the time, if you're bringing all megas, basically you're going to be able to bring 6. So even if you brought all 25 memory use, you could bring 6. And right now I have a party of 144, and there's no way I can add another mega level Digimon. Might be able to go find a rookie that I could bring, but is that really going to be beneficial to me? Nah, probably not. So it's not really worth going to find something that I can use to fill up those 6. That's 6. That's going to even benefit me online. So now the next thing to go over is the types that you should bring. I like to have a balanced team. So I like to have 2 of each of the 3 main. So I like to have 2 virus, 2 vaccine, 2 data. Is that necessary to bring? No, but that's just my preference, and that's what I would recommend. At least I would recommend bringing 1 of each of those 3 types. So just in case you run into something that you can't take down with say if you're going against a data and you don't have, if you didn't have a virus and this data just soaks up the hits and you're going to be sitting there doing little amounts of damage to it. It's nice to have a hard hidden virus on the team to be able to take down that data so you don't have to worry about it. Now, the next thing is moves. Moves are definitely kind of one of the most confusing parts. Like, what do I really need to bring on there? So, if I go into my Digimon team right now, and I go on to Beelzemon, I did that wrong again. Basically, he has 1 special move. So this special move on every Digimon has one, and it cannot be changed. It's always going to be at the top, and you can't switch it out. But now, say if I want acceleration boost, I could change, and I could pick from any of these other moves that he has learned. So instead of doing that, say if I wanted to do speed break, and I wanted to decrease one of my enemy's speed to bring him down so he would attack less, I could do that. So right now, I like Beelzemon's lineup, per my preference. So now, if I really saw something, so if I started out, I saw something, okay, that Digimon's going to be a problem. I use acceleration boost. It doubles the damage inflicted by a move, so I would use that. Then I would use Corona Destroyer, and I would pretty much 9 times out of 10 probably one-shot whatever Digimon I'm using that combination with. So Beelzemon, I look at him as a glass cannon. So basically that's what I classify him as. So he is just a hard-hitting Digimon that is going to go out there and just obliterate something. And once he's done that, I'm pretty much done with him. And he's not really going to be much use because his move uses a lot of SP, so I only have X amount of times to use it. So that's kind of why he's just, okay, glass cannon, go destroy something. he's probably going to get knocked out within a couple turns because he can't take that many hits. But, I mean, I'd like to prepare by any chance that he doesn't get knocked out. I have this move to put some Digimon to sleep. So if let's say if there was a Digimon that I just can't take out, I can hopefully use this, put them to sleep, and kind of knock them out for a few turns and not have to worry about it. And then I also have Physical Drain to get SP back from attacking. So, I mean, it's not going to do much damage, but it's going to bring it up so I could go and then use, if I really did it right, I could use Corona Destroyer again, or I could use something like Destruction Cannon just to do a little bit of damage and hopefully knock something out. And then I also have Attack Charge Field, so if I have enough SP left and I think, okay, he's probably going to go down next turn, I can charge the other Digimon that are out there and boost their attack to help me later on and hit harder with them, since he's kind of, my glass cannon's kind of gone. Now, Jesmon is different. He's definitely not a glass cannon. I would classify him more as a support Digimon. So he's more there to help my other Digimon and keep them alive or bring them back to life and kind of take hits. So he's got this move right here. His special move is Wellgeist. It nullifies damage received until his next turn. So, if he attacks once and he doesn't attack for like 10 more turns, well, he's not going to take damage until he goes again. And then from then on out, he counters any damage that gets applied to him. So, I shouldn't say any damage, any attack. So if a Digimon attacks him, he then counters that. So basically, you could use this move, he could get attacked 5 times, not take any damage, but he's doing damage back to them. He's great for support. So then on him, I obviously have I charge my attack, and I also have Revive. So I could revive, say if a Digimon went down sooner than I want to, I could use this move, bring them back to life, and then use them. He also has, which I probably should be using, Heal. He can heal other Digimon and keep them alive, which he's great. So I really like to look at him as like a support role. And, all these Digimon kind of fill those roles. It's really up to you to kind of look at their moves, what do they have access to, and, what kind of, what does their attack and defense and their HP look like? So does this guy have enough HP or defense to take hits? Or, is he capable of staying on the field and surviving to use to support my Digimon? Or is he just kind of weak and is only going to be able to take X amount of hits and then just be done? Really, that's kind of you just kind of got to look at their stats and determine, okay, this is what kind of role he's going to fill, and this is what kind of role he's going to fill, and then build your team around that. It's not too complicated. You just kind of got to look and read their moves and what they do and kind of what moves they have access to kind of determine, okay, this is the kind of role he's going to fill. Now, the next thing I want to touch on is items. Items can play a big part, and sometimes they don't. And it depends, the items you have access to, and like really determine what you want to use. I've ran into a lot of issues where people like to use statuses. So they like to poison you, they like to put you to sleep, they like to turn you into the little pixelated monster so you can't use any special moves. Now, there are items to counter that, which I have equipped necessarily. So I have these barriers. So this one prevents me from being stunned. So if there's a move, a Digimon that's stunned, so basically, which stunning will make you not be able to move, possibly for the next move. So I could put this on and I will never be able to be stunned. Or, if there are ones, it's like this one only has it. But I mean, if it's only what you have and you're afraid of that, it's still better to have that than not. Now, sleep is probably a good one to use. Paralysis is also probably good. Panic can be a pain, but I don't see it used as much. Poison is probably a decent one to have too, because it seems to be something that people use a lot because it kind of whittles down your Digimon. As it just every time you attack, you get damage and it increases each time. The other one is it's not bug. I can't think of what it's called, but basically it turns your Digimon into like a little pixel form, and it doesn't allow you to attack. That is probably one that I would definitely recommend using. Now from there, I mean, the other items that I have, like, I'm messing up on this. I like to use some of these discs because it gives me plus in certain stats on certain Digimon. So, you know, say, okay, he needs a little boost in this stat, or this is his strong stat, so I like to increase that a little bit more. But then I also have ones, let's see, who has, okay, Omnimon has a master disc. So basically this increases every stat a little bit, which is kind of nice. It's just a nice little boost to put on there. I mean, is that necessarily the best thing to use online? No, but it helps. Another thing that I like to use, which I have on him, is this Master Guard. It basically, you know, minus 5% from every kind of attack. So basically you will take less damage from every kind of attack with this thing equipped, which is quite nice. It's nice to have. But priority-wise, I would definitely prioritize having those items that can prevent statuses on your Digimon, because those can be really annoying if people are using them to their advantage. And if, you know, they figure out how to do it, that is definitely a strategy I've seen. So if you have something that prevents them from doing that, even better, it kind of thwarts their strategy, so they have to rethink and gives you kind of the upper hand. Now, I'm not sure, I don't have one personally, but like how this is a Master Guard, I'm not sure if there's like a full-on item that has, you know, as a barrier against everything, like a Master Barrier. I'm not sure. If you know, I mean, go ahead and comment down below. I'm not positive because I don't have it personally, but if that is something that exists, that is something I would definitely say is the number one thing you should run on your Digimon if you can obtain it, because that would definitely benefit you in way more than anything else. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is your starting lineup. So, what Digimon do you want to initially bring out when you go into battle? Now, I would recommend moving. I would put in probably on. I like this setup right here. So now, I've got Beelzemon, who is my glass cannon. So he's my hard hitter. He is going to be able to go out there, and I'm going to identify whatever Digimon I think is the biggest threat, and I'm going to probably be able to take him out with him before he goes down. Jessmon I can use as support, so he's probably my next best thing. And then Omnimon is kind of another attacker, or, you know, can support me a little bit, so he can use certain moves or different, like, but he has two really strong moves, so I could use Transcendent Sword and kind of attack everything on the field. Or if, say, I wanted to really target one Digimon, I can use his Supreme Cannon and target a certain Digimon that I think is going to be a problem to really get him out of there. So, I mean, your starting lineup is really more up to you of what you would be comfortable. My other recommendation is, like you see, I have one of each type. So basically I have a virus, a data, and a vaccine. So no matter what I run into, I am capable of attacking it. And I'm going to have a Digimon that can do super effective damage against it. So that is definitely something else I recommend, is probably bringing one of each of those out initially so you don't have any disadvantages. So, I mean, because if you had shot out all viruses and went against a bunch of strong vaccines on the other side, you're pretty much screwed, because they're going to be able to take you out no problem. You can't do anything to them. And then you're going to have to waste turn by switching your Digimon out and doing it, you know. I would definitely recommend balance. Balance is probably your best bet, unless you're really confident that your Digimon is going to be, no matter what type it is, it's just going to be able to go and obliterate whatever is on the field. I would recommend balanced. So, make sure all of your bases are covered. And, from then on out, it's really up to you. I mean, I am definitely by no means an expert in any of this. This is just kind of me going over and showing what I have seen and what my experience is. If you guys know better than I or can expand on everything that I've said, please go ahead, comment down below, and help people out. I'm just really trying to do these videos to get some information out there and help people be a little more competitive, so you're not just going out there and getting obliterated and being like, well, how the heck did that happen? I have no idea what I'm doing. And so, by all means, I hope this helps you, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it actually is useful to you and it actually online. Go ahead and leave a like, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.